Hockey Talk continues on 1440 and 101.9 WNFL.
Welcome back to the program. It's Hockey Talk here on WNFL. We just got done talking about the North Shore Bank Dash for Cash coming up this Saturday night. The Gamblers are back at the Resch Center for a pair of games. You can go to gamblershockey.com to purchase tickets or go to reschcenter.com. We got great group discounts. Call Greg Lynch in the front office at 405-1150. And great beverage inclusive areas like the Dog Pound Diamond Club and Bud Light Party Pit. So a lot of things going on as the Gamblers return back home for a change. Back to the Resch Center. Scott Jewett, Jason Ovick, along with Kyle Lewis. And
you know, Jason,
did Kyle just snipe your mic?
I gotta bring up. No, I had to say, like, we're talking about slumps with a couple of these players in here right now, and hockey slumps are the worst thing in the world because you start gripping your stick tighter, and then you can't score, and you get frustrated, and it gets worse.
Sounds like golf.
It's terrible. It is like golf with putting, is what it's like. And then you bear down on one, and then you end up shanking it or whatever.
That's right.
But what's funny about it is when you come out of it, ask Patrick Marleau last night, who scores 4 goals when he hadn't scored in 10 games.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Grando's going to have a big weekend this weekend, and all of a sudden he comes out of it, you know?
Chris Grando, John Leonard in studio. I describe my golf game as quicksand. If you're going good, you can get out of it. You can go really quick. But if you have one bad shot, you just kind of sink in, and you have another, and you have another,
takes you
until
down.
you just can't breathe, and then round is over.
Before you introduce your guest here, I got to let you guys know, when you were in here, I don't know what you were doing. I was doing another show for our sister station, and all of our studios in this building are next to outside of the building, so it's on glass. And you don't normally...
it's pitch black out, right?
Pitch black out. It's
dark out.
6 o'clock at night. And you don't normally see people go up there, but I'm sitting there. I was talking to my coworker, actually. All of a sudden we hear, kung, 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 kung. What the... Kung, kung, kung. We look up, and there's a face like right there, and it's Chris Grando. So
just creep it.
Welcome to the
window.
show, Chris.
Hey, either way, I got to applaud his effort, though. Either way, he was getting to this show.
Yeah.
So, Chris, I appreciate that.
Yeah, we had to be here on time, and we're happy to be here.
When I pulled up, I did see a streak come flying full sprint in front of the building. I bet you that was Mr. Grando as well.
I was getting prepared for the show, and they just walked in. I was like, did somebody let you in? And Kyle just came streaking down the
it's
line
all getting
here.
pieced together right now.
Well, appreciate you guys coming in and creeping out Kyle a little bit. That's always fun for Scott and I. But welcome back home. I feel like you guys have been on the road a lot. Great to get back to the Resch Center, get a full practice in on your home ice, and get ready for a pair of games, right?
Yeah, it's been a long couple weeks being on the road, but it'll definitely be nice to get back at the Resch this weekend, and we've had a couple good practices this week, so we'll be ready to go.
See, Scott, what I'm talking about, you talk about breaking streaks and slump busters and whatnot. We got to give him some of that Hockey Talk karma. You come into the show, we're going to throw some of that karma that way, and then Grando's going to have a nice night on Friday night.
We used to have a trainer at one point, was playing in the Midwest League up in Canada, and he would always write on my stick, on the handle of my stick, if it'd be like 5 games, 6 games, whatever, I hadn't scored, he'd write something, but he'd abbreviate it, like WEIA.
WTF.
And I'd be like, what was the thing? He's like, don't worry about it. So all game, you'd be thinking about, what's this about? You might score 2 that night. And it's amazing with hockey where, it's something, when you take your mind off of a slump, it just goes away.
You just put his mind back into the slump, though.
WEIA, White Elephants in Africa. So I'm writing on your stick.
I'll write something on his twig this weekend.
I will. I'll think of something. We'll put her on there.
We were talking to Carrie at Dash for Cash. You guys are pretty close, but were you guys playing the flinch game before we came on here?
Yeah, my roommate is, I call him Mr. Flinchy. So he's always flinching, and he's scared of me a little bit, and
don't let him fool you.
I had the flinch game going on. I had Scott celebrating because the horse racing is now streaming live. So we're all good to go to play a little either or. Now we're going to do things a little bit different this week for you guys. We're not playing Bean Boozled. We put the jelly beans away because it is your second trip here. But we're going to play a little either or. Very simple questions. You're either going to pick blank or blank. And if you want to give a little story or if we want to ask why, that's just our prerogative.
I kind of like this, Jason. This is kind of good.
If we want to ask Chris Grando why he's creeping around buildings at 6 o'clock in the pitch black, we got to find out. So, that being said, let's start. We'll start. Go Chris first, John second. We'll go first, cake or pie? Either or.
Cake.
Cake as well.
All right.
I'd say it depends on what kind of pie.
It's National Pie Day
I'm a
today,
big
wasn't
apple
it?
pie guy though, so if we get a nice hot apple pie, it's game over for me.
I'm all about the vanilla cake, vanilla frosting.
Is it not National Pie Day today, too? Okay, am I the only one that knows this?
Mathematical pie?
No. That's 3:14. I know that. Although I did fail math.
Food pie, not
Food pie. It's Food Pie Day. Raspberry is by far the best. Raspberry pie.
Or
Cat-
raisin pie you can't beat either. You just can't beat it.
Can't say I've ever-
Really?
Can't say I've ever had raisin.
I have never had
Must
raisin
be a Canadian
pie.
thing.
Yeah.
But man, that's good.
Sweet pickles or dill pickles? You just keep with the food.
No pickles at all for me.
No?
Nope.
Pickleless.
Either one for me. I like pickles.
Wow. All right. You on your fries, is it ketchup or mustard?
Ketchup, without a doubt.
Ketchup.
I thought mustard was the thing to do. Is that a southern thing? I know you're from Canada, but you're looking at
Hey,
me.
barbecue sauce, yeah.
Uh,
I gotta ask you, your pregame. You know, before you eat, before you play, do you have to have the same thing every single night? Like, I just remember if I would have eaten a pickle that day, it would have been disgusting when you're playing because you just have that taste in your mouth all night long. Do you guys have the same routine every game?
Pretty much. Me and John go to Noodles and Company before every game, home game, and we pretty much get the same thing almost every time.
It's important, isn't it? I mean, it's a big deal.
Definitely.
And then it starts with noodles, and then we got to go to Starbucks before we go to the rink and grab the same coffee.
I gotta say, Noodles is getting a lot of free plugs on this program. Is every hockey player a fan of Noodles?
I think so, yeah.
Everyone.
My
that I've seen-
7-year-old
it's
daughter
not
is a
bad.
fan of Noodles.
I'm a
Everybody loves
fan, I
noodles.
guess. I am. Eggs, scrambled or fried?
Fried.
Fried.
What is it? Hard yolk or soft yolk that you can
Well,
runny
I'm
or?
usually the chef in the house, so I make the eggs for me and John. So I fry them. So
It's quite the relationship you guys got brewing.
Pop the yolk while you're frying.
I like it.
Oh, do
I
you-
like it a
yeah.
little bit runny though, so sometimes I don't get my way. But if Grando's cooking, I'm happy.
So you put it on a piece of like big ham or steak, and this is why my cholesterol is so high. And then you let the yolk just go over it like a sauce.
And then you get a little piece of bread and you dip it.
Yes.
in. One of
Yes. Thank you, John. Thank you. James Bond movies or Jason Bourne?
Jason Bourne.
James Bond.
You had something, Scott?
Oh, I was just gonna say, did you see those YouTube things about that 11-year-old kid from Japan that's over here right now? How they were stick handling eggs and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, he's incredible.
That's the most unbelievable thing I've ever seen with that kid.
Wait, what?
He's an 11-year-old. Chris, you saw it?
Yeah, I've seen him before.
He's this child prodigy from, I believe it was Japan, that
Yeah.
they've brought over to train here. And this kid is just unbelievable to watch the stuff he can do on the ice.
Yeah,
But
he's
they were
got-
stick handling eggs.
He's got
It
gross
was
mitts.
crazy. His just soft mitts. They were unbelievable.
Did you ever try doing that with eggs? I mean, did you learn to try to get soft hands with eggs? I saw
I
that.
never had soft hands. That's what, I mean, with eggs, it would have been bad. These guys, maybe. but-
Scrambled for you.
Grando's got some pretty soft hands, so I could see him doing that when he was a little bit younger.
Smiling ear to ear right now.
Yeah, Grando, he's ear to ear.
I'll try to pull up his name here as we're chatting. I'll put away my horse racing for a second and find out what his name is.
Skiing or snowboarding?
Skiing.
Snowboarder.
You guys are like roommates, but the opposite on a lot of stuff. I'm starting to see. Body weight exercises or lifting weights?
Lifting weights.
Lifting.
Now, don't you guys do a lot of the, what is that, plyometrics? Is that what it's called? With Jason Aldridge now?
Yeah, every Wednesday
No?
we got our plyos,
they're
and
great.
Monday and Tuesday is more of our heavy lifting with the weights and stuff. So
Are we? Did you have to do just weightlifting in
Europe
when you're in?
Europe. I mean, they were huge as plyometrics. And, I mean, back then, though, it was.
No, no, Rocky. This is why you don't have a microphone.
Yeah, exactly.
You just. That was creepy too. You just kind of, you just stood up and you're like, you just, you just appeared. And I'm like,
For anybody, for anybody who is listening out there tonight, if you want to see something special with hockey, it's Aito Iguchi. It's Aito Iguchi, Iguchi. You will be
Gross
floored.
all right,
with
I got to
what
see
this
this.
kid
I'm
can do
gonna,
in
I'm gonna
hockey.
see this during a commercial break. I got to see it.
It's phenomenal. It's amazing.
Where was I now? This was a good one too, and I lost it. Smile or game face?
I like smiling.
I see that.
I'm a smiler. Smiler's my favorite.
Yep.
Elf quote.
Get Getting ready for a game, though, you have to, right? Like game face, but like you got to enjoy it too. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
Doesn't it kind of depend who you are? Because through the years, there's guys that I played with that were, I mean, they're crazy and they're jumping around all jovial before a game, and other guys that are smashing their head against the wall. You guys have that on your team?
Yeah, there's definitely a couple guys that like to, be by themselves and listen to their music. But for me, I'm kind of more on the looser side and joking around a little bit.
Yeah, I think being loose before games helps me grip the stick a little bit less and feel more comfortable out there on the ice.
You got to have fun, right? I mean, that's the name of your playing, to have fun. Call or text?
Texting for me.
Grando's 24/7 on his phone though, so he's always
John
texting.
is the same
See,
way.
I'm a texter too, though.
See, I can't. Like, if I'm going to talk to you, I got to call. I'm more of the caller type. Maybe that's my age, but I never want to text, and I always get frustrated with texting. Thoughts? No.
I got interviewed in a parking lot this morning about for NBC. They were doing this deal on like abbreviated texts, and it's probably on TV tonight. But it was they put on a lot of these texts, and they said, "Do you know what this means?" And it made me feel 42 years old for sure, because I didn't know very many.
I don't know half. I'm 31, and I have no idea half it. All right, one last one for you guys. I got to pick a good one now. I just had it. Skydive or bungee jump?
Skydiving. I would love to.
Skydiving's on my bucket list, so I got to go skydive as well.
I would be afraid, like, on both ends, because I'm deathly afraid of heights. So if the cord breaks, or
You got to do it. We went
The
skydiving. You got to do
parachute,
skydiving. Everybody's got to try it once.
is there a secondary parachute though, like an parachute, like
Only one way to find out.
I can't remember. I think there is. Like, there's a. Yeah, I think there is.
Well, good. I won't be doing it. Well, John, Chris, appreciate your time. Good luck. Welcome back to the Rush Center. Hope you guys bring home 2 wins this weekend.
The
Thank
slump
you.
ends this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
thanks for
it
having us.
does.
Thank you.
It's John Leonard, Chris Grando. We got to take a break. When we return, we're going to talk to Carl Lackey, former Green Bay Bobcat. That's coming up here on Hockey Talk at WNFL.
Milkism number 15. Drink your milk. It's good for you. Now, if only you had a dime for